I'm going to show you how you can rig out your Sony FX3 or FX30 in less than 10 minutes using the Cineback. Alright, so first we're going to start with the cheese plate. And what we're going to do, we're going to flip out this screen right here, because you have to flip it open to fit it into the Cineback like this. And it fits right there. Then we're going to close the screen here. Now, because I don't want to get the screen messy, I'm just actually going to flip it around so it doesn't smudge, and just for protection. Now, at the bottom of the Cineback, there are some screws. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put this screw here, but I'm not going to tighten it. I'm just going to put it there as a placeholder. All right, so I'm just going to keep it slightly tightened. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to be making some adjustments to the top. So for this setup, we're actually going to be using the XLR top handle. So it's going to become a documentary style rig with a shotgun mic here. And the reason I'm doing this is I feel as if it's the best way to capture audio on the FX3. I mean, they made it for it anyways. So that's how I'm going to be building my Cineback with the XLR top handle. Now, of course, you don't have to use the XLR top handle, and maybe you don't have the XLR top handle. You can also just use, one of those regular handles from SmallRig or Tilta. The choice is really yours. To connect this, all we're going to do is simply slide this in right here until it clicks. And when it clicks, we're going to go ahead and, tighten those screws. If you have a FX3, you already know. If you have a FX30, you didn't get the top handle, but you can also purchase it if you want. Now that the top handle is there, we want to add some reinforcements, because the top handle by itself is definitely flimsy. And that's where this add-on is going to help to reinforce the top handle. This is why I did not tighten the screws at the bottom of this cheese plate, because I want to be able to make adjustments to the top right here. It's right here. Now once that's tightened, I'm now going to pull the entire camera back so it's locked in. Then I'm going to put a screw right through here, and once that screw goes in, I'm going to be able to tighten it, and it creates the added reinforcement. So this is the screw right here. I simply put that in and get that reinforcement done. And in doing so, the top handle is going to be completely locked in with this reinforcement at the back. So this reinforcement came with my Cineback, and what it does, it adds that extra reinforcement to the top handle, so that way it's very firm in your hands. And all you have to do is just bolt down these screws right here. So look at how many reinforcements we have. We have one right here for the added grip. There's a bolt locked in here which connects to the top handle, and then we have this plate that goes across, which helps with more reinforcement. So several points of reinforcements to make sure that this can hold whatever weight we're about to add to this top handle. So the reinforcement plate has been added, and I just want to say, if you like what you're seeing so far, feel free to like, subscribe, share. You can leave some comments. I'll get to those comments and answer as many of your questions as soon as possible. All right, let's go down with it. So the next thing I'm going to be adding to this rig is the monitor. I'm going to add it to the top right here, and I'm using this mount from SmallRig. So there are two holes and a 1/2-inch screw at the top of the XLR handle here where I added the reinforcement. So that's where I'm pretty much going to be putting this mount, and you simply just fit it there, screw it in, and it's good to go. And then I'm going to be adding my monitor. So this is the Atomos Shinobi. This is the 5.5-inch model, and I'm going to place it right here on top of the handle. All right, so of course the monitor goes on top right here. And with this mount, I'm able to tilt it in the way that I prefer. And then I simply go ahead and I tighten it to my liking. And that's it. I've now mounted my monitor. So coming together quite nice. Because I'm using the top handle, you need a good mic. So I picked up this mic called Audio Technica in BH around last week, and I didn't see the need to buy an expensive shotgun mic because the shotgun mic will not be my primary source of audio. I'm still going to be using the DJI Mic 2 or the Hollyland Mark II Duo. So I just wanted to have this as like a backup audio. And with the XLR top handle, you're able to get 4 channels of audio. So I wanted to maximize it for what it was. So that's why I'm going to be using this shotgun mic right here. So very quickly, we go ahead and we connect this cable right here. This is for the shotgun mic. And once that is locked in, I'll go ahead and put it into the channel right here. This is input 2 of my XLR top handle. All right, so that's locked in, and then we simply put the shotgun mic here. One thing to note with the shotgun mic, you will need some spacers depending on the one that you pick up, just to make sure that it fits into the slot right here. You'll also probably need to turn your monitor a little bit just to not, create any obstruction with this cable here. It all depends on the cable that you get. My cable, there's a little bit of obstruction, but it doesn't matter because the monitor is slightly turned to the point where it doesn't affect me. At the bottom here, there's a clip holder. There's a cable holder. I'll just simply clip that in. And now my shotgun mic is secure. And there, our documentary rig is starting to come together. So I'm also going to be adding a side handle. This one is from Small Rig. This one actually tilts. So when you press this button here, it's able to tilt, so I'm able to get any range of motion that I want. And all I'm going to do is attach it to the side of the tilter cage right here. It's a NATO rail, so I do that, I lock it in, and that's all tightened there to the side. I prefer the left hand side handle. You can do a right hand, it's really up to you. And then as you can see, I can tilt it and it's all set. Then I'm going to power this entire rig using a VB99 Mini by Small Rig. I got this one from BH. Very neat, compact, so I really liked it, and it lasts for a few hours. So at the back here, this is where we add the V mount, and once we do that, it's clipped in. Notice it doesn't move, and it still looks quite neat. Now, of course, we're gonna have to power this using D-Top. So I have with me right here my dummy battery, and it goes into the D-Top port that's right here. Before I actually attach the D-Top, you'll realize my hand is going through this entire space there. This is where all the cables are going to be placed, and once I place the cables there, I can actually close the plate so the cables are not exposed, right? So let me go ahead and add my dummy battery. So I'm going to flip the camera over. I'm not going to be removing the door. I'm just going to keep it open and slide this dummy battery in, which is going to be connected to the D-Top to power the entire rig. All right, that's locked in. And the cable simply goes here. And that's it. Then I'm going to take these extra, and as you can see, I can stuff it into that extra space, and it looks neat and hidden. Then for my monitor, same thing. We have a dummy battery here. I simply connect it to the back. It's locked in. And for my monitor, I'm going to run it from this side. I'm going to go underneath the handle, and my aim is to stuff it in that extra space that we have going on in there. And once I stuff it, I simply connect it to the second D-Top port, and now both of them are locked in. Quite neat, all right? So now I actually have power. And lastly, adding the HDMI to my monitor. So that's it. The rig is complete. Actually, it's not. It still needs a lens. So for the lens of choice, I'm going to be using the 35mm prime from Sigma. All I have to do is turn this switch right here, and everything will be powered on.